So I just want to start this reading off with a trigger warning. There's a lot of themes coming up with this one. It's coming from The Weeknd's new album. Last album. I'm still mourning. I'm actually kind of crying right now too. I paused at 11 seconds. It's 1:11 p.m. But I was recording, I was getting ready, and my Spotify would not sync to my TV, and it was not playing, and it like immediately shuffled to the same song over and over again, and I'm like, and part of my video deleted too. So I'm laughing because what I was talking about was spiritual ascension, spiritual awakenings. I'm a little bit scatterbrained now because of everything that just happened, but it's just further confirmation of like the downloads. But essentially the reason why this is a little bit of a trigger warning is there was a point or several points in this collective's life where you questioned like why you were here, if you were supposed to be here, and a lot of you guys got to the point where you're like, I'm not. And from those moments, you had these new spiritual, I'm hearing like a sister's. Someone's sister could be significant too, but these, I like want to start crying because they came to you at your weakest moment and gave you reason to not only keep going, but it's like you were given deeper gifts as a result of this. Like, because I kept hearing psychic. It's like after these moments, you developed some sort of gift. Like your gifts were already very heightened, but it feels like it got further developed. You had new people join your team. Like you had an ascension. And I'm going to try not to cry because seriously, the first time I ever heard this song, like it stopped me just dead in my tracks. Speaking straight to the soul. So it's Baptized in Fear, but we're going to give it a short little listen because I know he's quick with it. His team is quick with the copyright stuff. The first song, the first lyric.
Shadow staring at me. It gets closer, it gets closer, it gets closer now. Heartbeat slower, heartbeat slower. Tell me that I should carry on.
We need like a deep breath. Let's all just take like just a deep breath, because this is a really, really, really strong message. And again, like trigger warning, if you want to save it, listen to it later. If you just want to skip altogether, that's totally fine. But it's like you hit a crossroads, and I think a lot of things in your life seem to kind of like pile up on you all at once. And I just keep feeling like you thought the universe or source or God or whomever you believe in was like out to get you in some sort of way. And it's so interesting because with the figure, I feel like for a lot of you too, it's not even just necessarily like a positive figure. It could be an embodiment of your shadow coming in to really be like, hey, we got to address some stuff. We got to change some stuff. We got to put some stuff down. We got to stop going back to certain people. Like, really what this was the scales needed to be rebalanced. And I feel like this was kind of like the waking moment. With the Hanged Man here, it's like you were stuck in this stagnation. You weren't seeing things for what they truly were. And I'm not putting any blame on you because sometimes, most of the time we can't, right? But it's more of like you needed to step out of that comfort zone, if you will. You needed to explore things more deeper, and it like it's so hard because the Three of Swords in the reversal, this was like at a really, really breaking point. Like I feel like just things didn't seem to go your way. Like I'm sensing that, like when I say everything crashing down at once, like I feel like you could have lost friends, you could have had a relationship end, you could have had an unexpected move, or a loss of a home, a loss of an income, a loss of a job, something of like it all just piled in at once. And that's where you really had this like sense of dread. But really what it was the universe was kind of just saying like, we need to take all of these things out at once. And it feels like if you're not at the point where you think things are starting to get better, it's a signification that it's going to. And with the Strength card, they need you to keep going, and they needed you to keep going, you know, whatever tense I'm speaking in right now or for you, but you needed to keep going to see them fully balance out. It's kind of the energy of things need to get dirty before they get clean. Things need to get messy before they get organized. You were in the point of really feeling like you were drowning. It's funny with bathtub, but and you felt like the water wasn't coming out, and it's like this slow kind of pour, and it's slowly starting to balance, but again, you needed that time and that space to exist to start to really see that. And with whatever knowledge you were given, again, if this was someone coming down and, you know, assisting you in some sort of way, it really feels like this was someone coming to you in that moment and being like, I'm here. Like, it could have been really spooky. Like, it could have felt very paranormal at the time. It could have almost kind of furthered your belief and like that it was supposed to go through or something like that. But with the Queen of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, it's like this was the very thing that, again, it like pushed all of that out in order to bring all of the good stuff in. And on this new path, on this new journey, you're much more confident. You're a lot more reassured, because I feel like that shadow aspect, like, it caused a rude awakening, because I think a lot of you started to realize too that there was some accountability that needed to be had. There was some things that needed to be addressed. There was some shadow work that needed to be done. And through that, and through that time and that patience, again, wherever you're at, if you're not there yet, it's telling you that you're going to be, so long as you just continue to listen and to understand that you are here for a reason. You do have a purpose, and Spirit can't have you live that purpose and live in your sovereignty if you still have connections to past lives, to past versions of yourself. It's like you want to step into a higher timeline. You have to release everything that was below that, and that's kind of what's happening here. But it's like there's good things on the horizon. Again, just give yourself that time, give yourself that grace. If it's not here yet, it's going to be. 121 as I'm ending.